Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson. What are you doing for lunch? Well, we hope that you join us on the first Wednesday of every month for Booked for Lunch. Here to tell us more about this very exciting program, we have three organizations. We have Debbie Dawkins from the library, Kristen Marks from the Park District, and Vicki Bondi, who is from the Historical Society. And thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So this program is so terrific that it takes three organizations to put it all together, right?
It's that
Tell
good.
us how it got started.
Well, we were finishing up our renovation of the Smith House, and we wanted to program the space, and it has a historical vibe to it. So the Historical Society helped us decorate a room there, 1860s kind of feel, and we wanted to do more than just have a decorated room in the house for people to look at, so we decided to brainstorm some programs, Vicki and I, and came up with Booked for Lunch. And from there, it was all about books and reading and doing a book club, which Vicki had some experience with book clubs, but the Park District hadn't. And so we decided to bring in the library for a little more expertise, since that's right up their alley. So Debbie came in after that.
And so this kicked off when? Pretty recently, right?
November was the first one, yeah, November 4th.
All right,
Yeah.
and so when you talk about the Smith House, let us know where that is and how people can find it.
Yeah, the Smith House is part of Bilyak Park, and it is a historic home that once belonged to Victor and Mary Jane Smith and was given over to the Park District in 2009. And yeah, we've since renovated it to be used for programming. So it's right along Centerville Station Road.
And so every time you come to this, Booked for Lunch, this is where you're going to go, the same place each time. So there's a great lineup of books, and we'll kind of go through what's coming up next. But how do you get the book? How do you know what book you're going to talk about? What's the next program coming up? It'll be in April, right?
Right. Well, each month, the three organizations are moderating, taking turns moderating, and choosing books. So they're different each month, and they kind of have a different feel to them. And you can register with the Park District. Mostly the society members register through the society, but that's not necessary. You can find out on the library's website, I'm sure. You can find out on ours, and I'm sure the Park District's as well. You've got three host groups there that you can go to find out what our books are. And the great thing about it is when you come to this book club meeting, or if you don't make it to this meeting, if you come to the book club when we finish up our meeting, Miss Debbie is there with the book for the next one. Right.
Okay, so you don't have to purchase the book in advance. You have the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. I bring the books with me, and then I sign them out to everyone. And then if you're not able to be there, there's no cost. If you are not able to be there, I bring about 8 extra back to Centerville Library, and we keep them at the reference desk. And people come in and they can sign them out, and I keep track of it. But we always have the next book available, and we do that with all of our book discussion groups, page turners.
The library has quite a few, right?
Yes, exactly. Bookends, and for Uncorked, we always have the books available.
How did you come about with these titles? Did you each organization get to pick your titles, or did you have a list, or how did that go?
For the books themselves?
Yeah.
We kind of rely on Debbie's expertise with the library. And of course the first one, with it being historic home, historic nature, we started out with the new Wright Brothers book. We thought that was kind of appropriate. It was just coming out, and of course, Debbie, I've already forgotten the name of it.
The Wright Brothers.
Yeah,
Was that it? Yes. See, we started out with the Wright Brothers
It was
book.
excellent.
And it was excellent.
Yes.
So you don't have to go to every single
no.
meeting.
No, not
you
at
can
all.
pick and choose which titles would be of interest to you.
Right.
And then for folks who aren't maybe familiar with what happens in a book club or what goes on maybe in this specific club, how does it work?
Well, the thing about Booked for Lunch, too, is that we always try to have a theme. So it's historic in nature because we wanted to go with Centerville, Washington history, or it has an outdoor parks feeling to it, or, with the library, of course, we go with everything. But next month, we are going to be talking about First Over There, which is a battle from World War I. And then for the following month, our director, Kim Senft-Paris, will be leading a discussion of Anne Hagedorn's book, Beyond the River. So she's a local author, and that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're there, you obviously have read the book.
Right,
right?
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
yes. So you have a moderator, and generally the moderator will pass out questions or just mention a question. Always the moderator has read the book, and you just put it out there. You can do it a couple of different ways. You can assign one question per person and have that person answer it, and others chime in. Sometimes that's nice for people who are a little more reluctant
Right.
to join the discussion. They have something to say. Or you can just have a free-for-all. It's really up to the moderator and whatever your group feels is working for them. So you
So the
talk about
dynamic
an
can
hour.
really change.
It can change.
From month to month. And you said it's an hour, so that's really great if you're working or have a specific lunchtime.
Right.
You can get in and out within
Bring
an
their
hour.
lunch.
for the
Bring
most
your
part.
lunch, and we provide dessert.
Oh, you do?
So
Okay,
that's
but
an
you need to bring
important
your own
tidbit.
lunch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But dessert is provided.
Yeah. We provide the sweet stuff.
That's always,
stuff.
yeah, that's always good to know. And Debbie, you went through the next couple of months, but if somebody wanted to go, this is going to end like come summertime, or how long
No,
will it go?
actually, we will go through the summer. We have the entire year planned,
Oh,
and I do have some handy-dandy little bookmarks that are available at the library. We have some at Centerville Washington History. We probably have some out at the Park District too, but we have a book in June called Grandma Gatewood's Walk. It's about the oldest woman to walk the Appalachian Trail. We are showcasing Mrs. Lincoln's Dressmaker in July.
Right.
And I don't remember what the book in August is, but I think that is the library's turn to facilitate, moderate. We have some of our reference librarians who are going to do that too. So we know what books we're going to be doing up until December, but there's just so much room on the bookmark.
Yeah. And we saw some photos earlier, but you get a nice group of people who would come and
Yeah, it's
and
been
are
nice.
interested in talking about the book, or if I guess you could just listen too if
Sure.
if joining in
Absolutely.
is not really your thing. Although I would think with this group you're going to probably go by yourself, and if you do, you meet lots of nice friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, and we take suggestions too. For instance, last month they read The Grand Eccentrics, which was about Kettering and Patterson and sort of the people who founded Dayton, who were the great inventors of the time, and that was actually suggested by one of the people in the group.
Nice. Okay, so when you go, pretty much it starts right at 11:30. Do you register when you first get there, or you just come on in and take a seat?
Yeah, we usually have a host, like a volunteer host that would
Okay.
sign people in and welcome people, and then you can just go into the room and have a seat and get your lunch out, and we get started shortly thereafter.
Okay.
Yeah.
And again, this is on the first Wednesday of each month. It's at 11:30 until 12:30, and it's at the Smith House, as Kristen said, at Billiac Park. And that's
Yeah.
very easy to find for folks, right?
Yeah, it's just east on Centerville Station Road, past St. Leonard's, just keep going, yeah.
And the books are provided for the next month at that
Yes,
month's
I
meeting.
come at 12:20.
Not that you're exact or anything.
No, I come in with my little cart, and they say, "Oh, good, the book lady's here." And then I sit down and I wait for them to
book
finish.
lady.
Yes, they finish up the conversation, and then everybody comes over. They give me their books from last month, and I sign their name and say thank you.
So do you need to have a library card then to
You
to
do
be-
not.
You don't? Okay.
You do not, but most people do.
Yeah. So you can just go and sign it out, read it for that month, and then
Bring
come
it
back
back.
for discussion.
Yes,
I think
so
that sounds-
easy.
It does. Sounds very easy. And again, there's no obligation. You can come and go as you please.
Right.
But I'm sure you've had some great discussions.
There has been some dynamic discussions, and people are pitching in more and more as I've dropped by to see, and new program participants. We always love to see that at the Park District, as I'm sure you guys do too. But
Sure.
just new faces at the Smith House, a new place. So yeah.
It's a very diverse group of people, which is nice. Men, women, a little younger, a little older.
Probably retirees,
Yes,
people who are working.
absolutely. And actually, it's made me read 2 books, and I haven't read a book in probably 8 years. So
There you
that's a
go.
good thing.
I give her extra
She's reading
time.
children's books, probably.
Well,
a
this
lot.
is true, but no, it's been a very exciting adventure for us. As Kristen said, this is something we tried years ago, and didn't really have the location to pull this off. We didn't have the space for it. So when this came up, we were extremely excited about it. And it's a huge success, and we're really happy with it.
Well, 3 great organizations working together, what would you expect other than a great success? And so you don't necessarily have to register in advance, but you really should, right? And you can register on any website, or how would you talk about registration?
Not on the library's website.
Okay.
They do it on the Park District.
Okay, Park and
they can phone.
And they can
call
phone
the
us,
Historical Society.
and we'll get them registered. And you know, then like Debbie said, if they don't have the book, they can get it at the library and then take part in the next discussion. And we will make sure that we get them in there. Let's put it that way. Let's not be
That's a good way to
concerned.
put it.
Contact any of us, and we will
Right.
make sure that you become a part of that group.
And I keep a list of people and their emails. And so the day before, and which is especially helpful when the weather is a little snowy, I email them and just say, don't forget, we have booked for lunch tomorrow, and this is the time, and this is the book we're reading, and if you can't make it, just let me know, and I'll save your book for you. You can come by Centerville and pick it up. And people
Nice.
really like that.
Yeah.
They like that reminder, too.
Okay, well, once again, it is from 11:30 until 12:30 on the first Wednesday of every month. You can check out any of these websites, though, for more information, or stop by the library, pick up the handy-dandy bookmark
Yes.
that will list the books as well. Before we close, though, I wanted to ask you all a couple questions. One, I've referred to the Historical Society. It's also Centerville Washington History. Tell us about that name change.
Well, this is our 50th anniversary. The Historical Society was founded in 1966, so we are 50 years old. We have spent 50 years preserving the history of Centerville,
Amazing.
Washington Township
Yeah.
area, and we are so excited. But we also felt like it was time to update our logo and our name and remarket ourselves a little bit. And when you're at a function and you're introducing yourself, and we are the Centerville Washington Township Historical Society, and I am Vicki Bondi, the director, and you know. People are going to fall asleep by the time, you know. But anyway, we just felt to come up. Also, the other organizations, it's the Washington Centerville Library, it's the Centerville Washington Park District, and we just felt like to make the community sync, we should be the Centerville Washington. We should be Centerville Washington History, and so that is our new logo. And we are very, very excited about it.
Still functions as the same thing, still have the same properties.
3 museums, the same programs, the same director, you know, the same, everything, although we are improving all the time. I don't want to keep saying the same, but it's just a new name. Centerville Washington History. Make it a little bit easier for people to remember, stick in your mind just a little bit clearer.
And then real quickly, what else is going on with the Park District, Kristen?
Oh gosh, spring programs have started. We're in full swing, and there's lots coming up. We actually have a great program with the library coming up called Love a Tree Day, and that's a couple months away, but we will be at Oak Creek South Park celebrating trees and everything they provide to us, and we'll have stories by the library and games and activities. So that one's coming up, and then I have to just plug one more. Our Big Rig Gig is a big one for the community. Yeah, we have that coming up in May as well, but lots of vehicles that the kids can climb on and honk and pretend
go to
to
the website,
drive.
I guess, for more info.
Yeah, yeah.
And then what's going on across the street from the city building over there at the library?
2 things I want to mention.
Quickly.
We have the Big Read coming up March 15th and the 17th. The book is Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein. We're excited about that. And number 2, the Irma Bombeck Celebration Evening. That's going to be Wednesday, March 30th. It kicks off the University of Dayton's Irma Bombeck Writers Workshop, and we are very excited about that. So check our website for more details.
And again, for more information about any of these events, you can go to cwpd.org.
Yeah.
www.wclibrary.info.
Oh,
And then for the Historical Society or Centerville Washington History, centervilleohio.gov.
CWTHISTOR.
Yeah, you can find the link on our website.
Yes.
Okay, well, ladies, thanks for sharing all the great information. Booked for lunch. We hope to see you there. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.